Hi and welcome to the channel. So, since Epic Games released GTA 5 for free, I thought I'd sponge off the amount of new players it would have that is never going to play the story and most likely just going to play online. And I said I'll compile a few tips. So let's start here from the main screen. That's the first tip. To load the game much faster, always load story mode first and then switch to GTA Online inside with the pause menu. The game loads significantly faster than trying to load straight into GTA Online. So, as you can see, we have already loaded this. If you think I have like some high spec computer, it's really anything fancy. That's actually how fast it loaded. You could go into a public session, invite only, whatever solo you prefer. I usually go invite only. Right. Now that that's loaded, so I'm just going off with these tips at the top of my head. I didn't plan out any kind of list. Alright, so in GTA Online, so now that you know how to load the game fast, we can talk about some tips actually playing the game. A big problem you would have most of the time is losing police, either within missions or outside of missions. So the easiest way to lose police while you're in Los Santos, nothing in the Blaine County I mean, is this hole here. I'll show you on the map. Right? On the highway, right under the regular flyover, has this hole here. Police do not follow you even if you're just driving with enough speed, like this normal speed. Right, and if they do just drive in a certain distance where they won't follow you, and no matter how many stars you have, you will lose it in there. This is the easiest way to lose police. Alright, for my next trick, I'll show you how to make a bunny disappear. Okay, no. So this next tip will actually be how to send back up your health in between missions and fights. So how the health system works is that once your health goes under 50%, it could only regenerate up to 50%. So, right now I have full health. I would like to decrease that. So I'll just jump off a building. Alright, I'll make sure I don't die. Alright, I still don't understand how fall damage send down armor first, but alright, game logic. Alright, so that's good for now. So, with something called snacks, you can reset up your health by going and press M for your inventory. Well, for your interaction menu, then you go in inventory, snacks, and then you could use PNQs or Ego Chaser to send it up as fast as you could. Ego Chaser send it up much faster. So as you can see, PNQs, it goes up a little bit each time. But then the Ego Chaser, I'll wait till he finishes that one, right? It sends it up a significant amount more. You don't usually have to wait so long of a time to eat it. Usually within missions and stuff, if you just spam the use button on it, it'll just go up instantly. So to get snacks, you just go to any store you could see on the map. The store is represented by this symbol.
Welcome.
You go to the clerk and you just spam enter until you finish by as much as you could. The meteorite as well as the PNQs and the E-Cola, all those you could use. Right, so next piece of advice is, oh fuck, next piece of advice is, in the online, you will need to have an apartment or garage. To do heist, you would need a high-end apartment. High-end apartments, sometimes they can be quite expensive. But one that I would always recommend is this green one here marked on the map. It goes for as cheap as 217,000, and there are lower high-end apartments. I'll just show you where this one is first. Right? So to see apartments to buy, also this apartment has a 10-car garage. When making these kinds of big purchases, try to get as much as you can from that one purchase. Right, so you go internet, Dynasty 8, few property listings, you could choose high end and then price low to high. You can see you can get garages, but we don't want garages. The garage symbol is this, and what you would want is this symbol, which is the apartment symbol. So they start at 200,000. So something to know is, yes, you could go for the cheaper ones, right? But you sometimes want one in a good location. Locations that are, I'd say, suitable. So the one I have is actually, so right now the address here is 3 Alta Street. This is the cheaper one, and there is a slightly more expensive one. Oh, I think it's not here because I already own it. Okay, but there's one for 230 something thousand. That's the one I have, and it's the exact same location, the exact same building. So this is a high-end apartment, and the reason why I would recommend this one is, one, it's in the middle of the city, it's easy to access. Two, you have an ammunition right here. A little bit up the street, and you have your Los Santos customs to get away from police, customize the cars, easy stuff like that. Right, you have a shop right here if you have to have a restock on snacks. If you call in helicopters and stuff, when you eventually do get helicopters, it's not a long drive. They usually deliver it right about, it's been a while, right? They usually deliver it right here. Right here. Most of you new players, well, all of you new players are supposed to be getting $1 million in the game, and I would recommend you invest it in those apartments and stuff first before spending it on cars and stuff like that. So the next tip, some of the businesses that you can have are under the foreclosure maze bank. Right? You can have clubhouses, bunkers, hangars, facilities, nightclubs, and arcades. These are arcades. I haven't done these yet. These are something new. But these arcades are required for the Diamond Casino heist. Right? Nightclubs, this is just something that could bring in revenue. You would have to do small missions and stuff to keep the popularity of the nightclub up, which means it'll bring in more money, and you just get some money after a few hours and stuff in the game. You get your money. The game will give you more descriptions about these other places, but two places in particular, bunkers and hangars, I have seen a lot of videos where they would recommend buying this bunker and this hangar. For one, it's close together, and two, they use it a lot for glitches because it's close together. But I don't like buying property so far up. The reason it's just so out of the way. Towards the middle of the map and closer to Los Santos is the better options. So I actually own this bunker and this farmhouse, not farmhouse, facility. They are quite close. All you have to do is just cross the highway, and they're two of the closest ones that is to the city, but also in the middle of the entire map. I haven't done too much with clubhouses. I have one, I think, yeah, this one I have, and I haven't done anything much with it. There are only 3 hangars in the game. These hangars are inside the army base. When you purchase them, you have access into the army base without getting 5 stars. And they are different prices, but I have to confirm if these different hangars actually offer anything different. Okay, so next set of tips is to do with these stats here: stamina, strength, shooting, stealth, flying, and driving. So stamina, kind of straightforward. What it is your body has more stamina, therefore you could run longer, you could swim for longer, along the lines of those things, right? Because the more you run, you could keep running, but then it would start sending down your health. But the higher your stamina, the point of it reaching to start sending down your health will take much longer to reach. Next skill, strength. Now, in other games that isn't shooters, strength is kinda simple. Yes, you have more strength, you can deal more damage with melees and stuff like that. In a shooter, it's the same for the most part. Your melee attacks do become stronger, but also you can take more damage. You can take more damage from bullets, from falling, any sort of things like that. Shooting, you think, okay, how is the shooting skill going to help? And it does help. It actually improves your recoil, your accuracy, as well as the amount of ammo you can carry. The higher your shooting skill, the more ammo you could carry. Stealth. Stealth is a very slow skill to send up. Basically with stealth, whenever you go into stealth mode, your blip actually can disappear off the map for only nearby players. So let's say you're in a 1v1 and you want to sneak up on somebody who is right nearby. I believe that the more stealth you have, the further the range is of the hidden off the map sort of thing. I'll have to reconfirm that. So the flying skill is you just have more control of your aircrafts and helicopters, any sorts of things like that in the game. And same goes for driving. You have better handling of your car both on the road as well as in the air. I'll link a page that I find has a good description of how to increase these stats as well as the full details on what do they actually affect in the game. But these are things to actually pay attention to, and when you're creating your character, if you are watching this video before you have made your character, you choose your points to get your starting skills accordingly to how it is you would like it. So the next step I'm going to show you is how to enter the airport when you don't have permission to enter the airport. I realized this was an issue for some of my friends when we were playing a mission, that the gates wasn't opening for them, it was opening for me somehow. I'm not sure if it's because I was doing the flying school. I think it is that I completed the flying school and I have permission to enter the airport now. But if you don't, I'll show you one of the easier ways to get into the airport. Fucking tree. Alright, so at the airport, the way to enter is using this ramp. You can always break through those fences and stuff as well, but you could choose which is more fun. And that's it. You have access in the airport. You could use that ramp in missions or in free mode, up to you. Another few things you should know when starting this game is how to start up jobs. There's a few ways. The easiest way is through the phone and you get job invites, job lists from random in-character people or players in our public lobby. They would send requests. And the other way is through the pause menu. You go online, jobs. You can either do quick job of a certain type and you just join into a random one, or you could choose play job. You could either make your own through the Rockstar editor, you could bookmark some, or you could choose, anyway, yeah, like that. And then you could choose in particular which one it is you would actually want to do, right? So the last tip I have, which is more of a recommendation than a tip, is To use weapons inside a car, the AP pistol is recommended. However, that isn't a gun that you unlock until rank 30 something, I believe. So in an ammunition store, you'd want this gun. But if you don't have that rank yet,
Like a candy
you have to
store
settle for
adults.
this. The damage is low, the spray is much wider, it's just a horrible gun. The AP pistol is a higher
Can't be too
damage,
careful these days.
it's much more accurate, much less recoil. And in any weapons that you are buying, always try to put in an extended clip. It'll just help out so much better. Oh, and while I'm here, armor, you could buy armor and you could actually buy multiple.
Better safe than sorry.
Right, so you could buy, as you can see on the top here, it says 4 out of 4.
There we are, all yours.
So if I were to lose my armor, I would still have 3 out of 4, but it wouldn't equip automatically. You'll have to go into inventory, body armor, and then you would see here, and then you just equip it to refill. So I could refill it now, but that's a waste because I have most of it. Alright, well that's all the tips I could come up with in my head. If I do come up with any more or notice any more, I'll just make a next video. Thanks for watching.